everyone, welcome to today's episode of Candid Kaya. Today, I am here with founder of the brand, The Perfect Gentleman, and my first male guest, Berto. He is going to be sharing the different qualities that make a perfect gentleman for my fellas and my ladies. Stay tuned, it's all coming up next. So hello, Berto.
How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking me. Such a gentleman already. Let's see. Tell the viewers a little bit about yourself.
So once again, my name is Berto Horne. For those who know me, call me Berto. And those who know of me, TPG. I run a lifestyle brand called The Perfect Gentleman. Educate men on becoming a modern gent. That came about when I graduated from Morehouse College, class of 2015. And now I work as a business development manager for Coca-Cola. And I do lifestyle brands, so pretty fun.
Okay. So let's see. What inspired you to start TPG?
Once again, I'm from Detroit, so obviously that. And then didn't get a chance to see perfect gentlemen around me, or gentlemen, and say the last thing. When I came to college, man, that was my whole decision of being around men who looked like me. I played basketball growing up, and I wanted a different outlet. So I went to Morehouse. When I got on the yard campus, the guys blew me away. I mean, they were well dressed, well mannered, like well spoken. They were like this tight individuals. And I felt like I was behind. Like, these guys are like, they know random stuff that I don't know. And I wasn't embarrassed, but I just felt like it was a challenge. I just stepped up to it. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to teach myself.
Right.
So first it was just a hobby. I was just teaching myself of how to be the gentleman, how to dress, how to like pick out spirits. And obviously I wasn't that age, but I just wanted to know the language. So when I was talking to somebody, mostly women, I can impress them. Or for a job and network opportunities, I knew how to speak to people about golf, about soccer, things that I don't necessarily do as a hobby, but I wanted to know about it. Mm-hmm. And it just started to grow and develop, and I started to get more opportunities with it. And nonetheless, I mean, I am where I'm at today just because of learning, and it became a hobby to a brand, now to a business.
Okay. All right. So how would you define the perfect gentleman?
So the perfect gentleman is someone, first, who's selfless. Like, it's genuinely you care about others, and by doing that, it actually fulfills yourself because you see someone else being taken care of.
Right.
So that's really like the first thing I kind of describe it as someone who's selfish, but at the same time, I mean, someone who's a Renaissance man, someone who's educated in multiple disciplines, who not one dimension. They're in different facets, and they're very like a sponge. They're very interested in just soaking up information about random stuff that it doesn't even matter if you're ever going to use it, but you should know it.
Right.
And I mean, a lot goes into it, but it's just being that man's man. And I just think that's cool to be that guy that people look up to, people want to be, because I want to help kids out. Like, I saw the guys on campus help me out.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So from my female perspective,
okay.
Oftentimes, we're looking at guys who start out opening the doors on dates 1, 2, and 3. Then on date 4, it's like, oh, okay, all that seems to end. So how do we as women know if we found a true gentleman or just a man with some manners?
I mean, that's a good question because, usually guys, that first date or two, they're going all out. And then you see that, you hear about marriages, like, we used to have fun, now we don't. Like, people go all in and they get comfortable with you. First off, you have to create like a tolerance to me as ladies of this is how you want to be respected. You have to create like a standard.
Right.
And things that are just like, by bare minimum, this is what I expect of you in this relationship. And I think if you create that culture, that experience, that atmosphere, I think that will stay along. But as soon as you allow them to mess up, but as soon as you allow them to, one, not do that, you should just stand at the door and wait and joke about it, but bring it up and address it so later on you're not like, you're still not getting the door for me on date 5, 6, and 7. So if you bring it up on date 4 and you address it, then you don't have to worry about it later on. So you won't build up. But I think those are the main thing, is that you always want to address situations that you're uncomfortable about.
Right.
Because if you let it just lag on, then it's going to keep happening.
Exactly. I agree with that. Okay. So what is something as a male that you see some of your male friends doing wrong when it comes to how they treat a woman?
I'm not just going to say friends because I want to call people out, but just guys in general, I just mentioned it. It's being creative when it comes down to dating.
Okay.
Because a lot of guys just like to do the same thing. I mean, even if they have different girls who they're dating or they dated over a period of time, they do the same thing, the same steps. And to me, you have to switch it up. So finding things that are, one, affordable. To me, I like affordable dates. But the experiences are so unique that the time that she spent with you felt like it was $1 million.
Right.
And those are things I see guys not doing. They're doing typical things. Like, to me, a movie's not a date. That's like an addition to like the actual date. It should be like something else, then plus the date. I mean, then plus the movie. That's guys are not spicing it up, and then two, guys are just they talk too much about their business as well. I think relationships, I like to keep mine under wraps, like low key at the point where until we are serious. A lot of guys go around telling, I guess who they're kissing and telling.
Still at age 20 something.
Yeah, and I'm like, that actually start messing up your brand, because then people start to like put you in this category, and then women start hearing about it,
right.
And it could then prevent you meeting somebody who you actually may be a good fit for, but she already has like an idea of who you are because you're going around telling your business, or you being so public about it. That's why you should go somewhere else to date so no one can see you, so it's low key too. So
okay, I agree with all of that. Actually, that is what y'all are doing wrong. So Berto, tell us what qualities should all gentlemen possess, and which ones are the most important?
So we mentioned the first one as being selfish, right? But you also have to be polite, kind, respectful, and when you're doing all these, it has to be genuine. Because if I wasn't genuine with you and I'm playing games, you would pick up on it. And if a woman doesn't pick up on it, then that's probably not the one who you want to be with for long term. That may just be a short-term relationship. But if you're really interested in someone, you want to be genuine about it, because you want to be happy and you want her to be happy as well.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let's see. Also tell us why being a true gentleman never goes out of style.
I mean, it's timeless. I mean, we're still talking about being a gentleman now in 2017. That word has been around for quite some time. It's something that is needed. It's not as common. It's not as talked about as much. But you always, when you see someone and you see them doing something well or respectful or very nice or well-dressed or well-spoken, you always classify them as a gentleman. It's something that's like a lost art. When you find one, like, oh my gosh, like, that's a gentleman. Like,
right.
It's like diamond. It's like a jewel right here. And I just think that's something cool just to be a part of. So I think it's timeless. I think it will never go away. I don't think it's talked about as much, but it's something that's just always going to be around.
All right, so Berto, now I want to get just a little bit of your advice.
Okay.
What advice do you have for ladies who want to find a gentleman but are struggling finding one?
Well, I'll say like this: how do you date, right?
Okay. Good question.
So let's not even, obviously when you go out, you want to find a gentleman. So let's just take out the word out of it. How do you date? So when most women date, they do the same thing routinely throughout the week, right? I mean, they go to work, they go to the store, they go here, they go to the mall, they go to the gym. And they go out and you usually go to the same lounge, the same group of friends. You meet the same people, you see the same guys every week. Oh my gosh, the same guys keep blowing me off. Oh my gosh, he keeps texting me, he sees me every time I go out. Well, go somewhere different, switch it up. Like if you go to the gym and you go to LA Fitness or do a different gym at 8 a.m., when you have time throughout that week, go at 8 p.m. when you get off. Like switch up your schedule so you're meeting people at different times.
Okay.
Like instead of going to that lounge every week on a Thursday, go a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Like switch it up. You still can be your spot. But switch it up to a different day, because next you know, a guy's going to say, never seen you here before. I said, I come all the time. Oh, I come all the time, but I'll come on Thursday. Oh, well, this is Tuesday. This is my day.
Right.
So as you're switching it up, now you're meeting different people. And I think that will allow you to have a little fresher, a little bit more of an interesting vibe when you're with someone else. It's going to be refreshing, because you're going to meet someone new. You're going to be more interested in meeting them and talking to them rather than the same people every week. And I think that's like a key thing when dating is don't do the same thing. You have to switch it up. And you always meet people when it's less expected.
Right.
So you go out there saying, okay, I have to do this. I'm doing this. I have to meet somebody today. No, just switch up and just make it a different routine. Like switch up your routine, and I think that would help out.
Right. Okay, so next piece of advice.
Next one.
What advice do you have for gentlemen who are that gentleman, but for some reason, women just don't seem as interested?
That's me. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to be who you are, and I've learned that, and I have to come to face that fact as well, is that I am who I am, and a lot of times women will say, you know what, you'll be perfect for me 5-10 years from now. You'll make a great husband one day. I'm like, so you're not trying to date me now? I'm like, what do you want? And instead of me trying to fight for someone's interest, attention, who doesn't want me, I'm like, I'm wasting my time, so let me just go on about my life, keep doing what I'm doing, and whatever that may be for you, your job, your hobby. And then as you know, people will see that mentality of that hustle that you have, and that right person would then be attracted to that. And they will like that. If you go around chasing people who are saying no to you, I mean, like, that's not cool. Like, because it's not cool because you're wasting your time. You could be doing something else. And at the end of the day, like I said, I face that same problem. And yeah, it's kind of it's kind of weird because like, man, I'm doing everything right. I'm doing everything right. And she still didn't text me back. I'm like, man, like, what am I doing? But I just look at it like, it's not the one. Like, she's not the one. Why would I want that to be the one when there was doubt at one point in time? Like, why can't I have like an authentic, like, perfect match where it's like, no, she was interested and I was interested.
Right.
You know, and even if she's not, sometimes, women like to play games as well. Yeah. But guys, just keep your head up. Like, just keep doing what you're doing, and eventually that person who's going to accept, that right one's going to accept who you are. As soon as you change it up, and you change it up for that person who actually may have liked that person who you actually are, then you just messed up because you switched up your whole mentality, your whole personality. Like, so don't change. Like, never change. And then you have to keep shooting your shot.
Okay, well, fellas, don't give up. Us ladies will one day come to our senses with that.
And they be hard-headed.
I know. We always say we want a gentleman, and then when someone is a gentleman, we're like,
they want the toughest dude. They want a Tupac and went to Harvard for some reason. I don't know what it is.
I'm done. I'm done. All right, Berto, so I do want to get one more piece of advice.
Okay.
What advice do you have for all fellows out there on how to properly treat your woman?
Man. Well, we mentioned it earlier, some key things. Being selfless, polite, generous, we also say respectful. We named a whole host of things, but those are the main things. You can do that and then be spontaneous, be creative, do things differently. Like I said, I was raised by a single mother, and that's my queen. And I treat women as I would treat her or my sister or someone else, and it's with dignity as well. You want to make sure that you're doing stuff for her that's going to, make her happy. And I think, as we do that and continuously to date, if it's not your lady yet, if you're just like pursuing her, y'all courting, or you're dating and still texting, like, be consistent, be persistent, like, and follow up. And I think, if you talk about it, be about it, and I think she will like that because she's going to actually take your word. And if she can trust you, then you really got it.
Okay. All right. That was great advice. So that concludes today's interview. Hold up, pause.
Oh.
One more question. I lied. Okay, let's see, Berto. Just to finish my sentence. I want women to always remember me for
being me. I know that's kind of like basic, but being me, being authentic. Like, I'm always myself. Like, from this interview, I'm goofy. When dating, I'm goofy, but I'm also serious about my business. I think that's just me being me. But I also want her to remember me from like my smooth chocolate skin, tall, broad shoulders, white teeth. Like, I want her to like remember that as well. But just me being me, I think that's good enough.
Okay, great.
Try to pause, give me a surprise question.
Yes, I do that all the time. All right, Berto, tell everyone how they can keep up with you.
All right, well, you can follow me on Instagram at TPGENT, which is TPGent. You also can follow my website, which is tpgent.com. And I just started a YouTube channel. I believe it's The Perfect Gentleman. And then it has like parentheses TPGent next to it. But I'm about to actually start doing a YouTube channel, so it'll be up shortly.
Okay. Great. So if you guys have any questions or comments for Berto, just leave them below and we'll make sure that they get answered. Okay. So thank you all so much for tuning in. And ladies, be on the lookout for that perfect gentleman.
Hit that subscribe button like this.
Yes. See you next time.